Hello everybody and welcome to Max 9 tutorial number 5. The air quotes other messages that we call attributes. Well, when last we left tutorial number 4, we had made this groovy timer, and the timer, we've been sending messages around. We learned that sending this X would send a message down here of a 1. It would turn the metronome on. The metronome is sending out bangs. That's making the counter send out data. That's making it send out bangs. And then up here we have the U menu that is sending out both numerical data and text data, more or less. We're using the numerical data down here to select this. And we're using all of this stuff for processes. Then we get a bang, then we turn it back into a text message, and then we turn that into a number, and then we tell the counter how much to count. Oh my God, it was glorious, you have to admit. But I want to talk today about another kind of message, which is, this is all like sort of messages that are processed in the information of the machine. But then there's another kind of message that we call an attribute. And so I'm just going to, at random, I'm going to unlock my patcher. Excuse me, I can't just go grabbing things. I'm going to pull this text message down here, and I'm going to show you some things about it. So you see I've got the text message highlighted, and now I'm going to come over here to the inspector, and then making sure that this is on all. I sometimes forget to stress this. You can filter these so that it has different parameters to your inspector, but we like to see them all. Okay, so now we're looking at them all, and we see all these things that we can change in the message, but we don't see one thing, which is the message that you could use to change them. And to get that, you come down here to the @ sign, and it says show attribute names. So the kind of message that we're talking about today is attributes. Okay? So when we click this, we get a whole new column here, and these are messages that you can send to your object. Now, every object has different messages that you can send it to. So let's start off with just a quick and easy one here. Let's go and we see hidden up here. Hidden. So something can be hidden somehow. All right, well, let's give that a try. We'll send it a message. The message is called hidden, spelled just the same way. And then, because I'm such a knowledgeable person and teacher of Max, I know that you either send it hidden 0 or another message, hidden 1. Okay, so we send this message and we don't send it to the right-hand inlet. We send it to the left-hand action inlet, if you will, because it is a parameter message. Okay, and we're going to send this one in the same one. And then we're going to lock our patcher, and we're going to say hidden 0. So 0 means kind of in Max speak, not. 0, it's off. So the hidden quality is off. What if we hit hidden 1? Where did it go? It's hidden. So you can hide things and you can make them visible. Now I would point out that this is only when your patcher is locked. You'll notice if I unlock my patcher right now, it's not hidden anymore, and these don't do that because you're building the machine again. But in the running mode, now it's either hidden or it isn't. Well, interesting. So hold that thought in your head for a minute, and let's find another parameter that we can send to this box here. Okay. What else do we got over here? Oh, we have background fill color. All right. BGFILLCOLOR. I can remember that. Background fill color. All right. And I get out my trusty message and I write BGFILLCOLOR. Again, knowing what I know about Macs, I know that it sends out color in what's called RGBA format, which is that every color is a list of 4 numbers between 0 and 1. It's a decimal. So let's just say that and it's RGBA. So let's say for R, red, we put 1.0. And then for green, we put 0.0. And then for blue, we put 0.0. And for A, what do we want? A, alpha. That means how strongly or opaque you see the color. And we're going to put 1 for that because we don't want any other weird illusions. We already have enough problems, don't we? Okay, so here we go. And we can pull this over here and lock our patcher and click on it. Look at that magic. It turns red. Oh, it's too red. I'm going to hide it. No, I want it back. There it is, the red one. Okay, you can probably imagine then that I'm going to unlock my patcher again, and I'm going to option click this over here. And I'm going to change the red to a green, because why not? Because that's all I can imagine today. And then this one will become a 1. All right, so R is 0, green is 1, blue is 0, alpha is 1. Connect this, hook it up, lock the patcher, and any guesses? Bonk. There it is. Brilliant green. Okay? All right, so it's probably already occurred to literally everyone. Is there a way to do some of this stuff more easily? The answer to that is absolutely 100% more easily. So let's talk about these attribute prefixes. We'll call them prefixes for now, because it's something that comes before a number as a command. Okay, so let's unlock our patcher here, and here is a way to add a prefix to a message. So let's type the letter N, type prepend, and we'll type in our thing again. BGFILLCOLOR. I am so sorry about this cold. Okay, that is going to take care of all of this. I'm going to just put these off to the side and we will dispose of them briefly, soon. So there's that. Since I just love to use it, well, I don't need to use it now. Okay, so now all I need is a way to make these messages, which I could do with a series of numbers, and that would be complicated. But we have this super cool tool, and let's type in N, and we'll type swatch. All right, here it comes, the silicone stylish wrist strap timekeeping piece that you wear on your wrist from Austria. No, Switzerland. No, that's not what it is. Just hit return. And there it is. It's a color swatch. And I'm going to make it bigger so you can see me moving it around better. It doesn't really matter. It has all the same colors in it, right? And I'm going to steal a message I'm going to make a message real quick here. M. And I'm just going to put this message here underneath it. And I'm going to stretch it out kind of long because this puts out numbers like this, but with lots of decimal points. So going from the left-hand outlet is and it says RGBA color list out, to the right-hand inlet where we can just see what it is. Now we're going to go lock our patcher, and then we'll just move this around. And look at that. We come over here and we get something very, very red. Can I get it super red? I don't know if you can tell what I'm trying to do here, but maybe at this end. Wow, that's super close. More? No, that's less. Okay, look at that. I got it. So pure red is all the way over here, and we can see it's 1, 0, 0, 1, right? Just very quickly, unlocking our patcher and connecting these two together. You know what this means now. It's just a little refresher in how this stuff works. I'm going to lock the patcher here, and we're going to say, okay, click on that. That's how you send messages out. You either click on them or you bang on them with a button. So I'm going to click on it, and that goes through the prepend, and it turns this red. And then if we wanted to get green, as we did in the last, let's go for blue. Pure-ish. That's as close as I can get for today. 0.04. For gosh sakes, that's pretty close to 0. Then 1, which is blue, and this one here. Okay, I'm going to click on it. Blue. Okay, so our prepend background fill color is working spectacularly. And then, do we have to do this all the time? Well, we could do it this way if we needed something that delayed a color before it sent it. But truthfully, the easy way to do this would be to just connect this swatch to this. And now, when we lock our patcher, we can just choose, look at that, any color you want. White, black, red, green, blue, orange. Okay, so you can choose now what color you want to put in there. Well, as though, and then you could hide it, and then you could bring it back. Okay, are you getting the idea here? These are attributes, and we find the attributes over here, and we say, oh, hidden, Some of these are kind of weird. You're like, oh, well, we could move this one around, so if we had a thing that gave out numbers that related to spaces, we could actually have this like jump around the screen, but we're just going to ignore that for the time. So we have fill color. We also have text color. So, and font size and things like that, but we have to send it the right message. So for the moment we have colors. I'm just going to go down here and change this to text color, just so you can see that how quick you can change this stuff. And in fact, we'll take this up in a minute. Oops, text color. There we go. Lock your patcher and move it around, and look at that. Somebody has more interesting text. It's kind of hard to see because it's not bold or anything. It's pretty small. We can change that, of course. Unlock your patcher. Go over here to font size. You could make something that changed your font size, but let's just go get something ridiculous. There we go. 30. And while we're at it, bold. Ooh, okay. Now I'm going to lock my patcher again. Now you'll be able to see it just fine. So there it is. We can stick any color in there that we want to as a text color. All right. Fabulous. Now, that is for a message box. But what if we wanted to tell the same thing to a number box? Just randomly speaking here. So there we go. I'm just going to hook, look, right from prepend text color right to this box. Okay, I'm going to lock my patcher and move it around. Oh, look, the joy of it all. Now, obviously, black works better for the green message box than it does for the black number box. White works fine with both of them. Green, probably not so good with the green box. I can't get that color exactly. Well, that's a good, weird green I managed to pull up there once. Let's say like that. Okay, well, I guess we would like to change here. Let's say we wanted black text. I guess we would have to change the background color then of the number box. And so, how would we do that? Well, we can go back here and say, actually, well, let's do this a different way. We're going to keep our text color up here, right? And we're going to duplicate this whole thing because we want to be able to control both because we're maniacs. So I'm option clicking on this or alt clicking and dragging, right? And I'm going to try to trim this out of the way a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to do what I was going to do before, which is change this to background color so that we can go back to, and what was it? B, G, C, O, L, O. Oh no, it was background fill. BG fill color. Right? And now, using a trick that we've used before, I click on this and then I hold the shift key down. I put it right on the number. I put it right on the message. Oh, I let go of shift key and I put it on the message. Okay, so now we can change the background fill color on, what? It's not working on the number box. Liars, liars, this thing sucks. Excuse me, this thing's terrible. No, it actually isn't. I'm doing this on purpose. We didn't do something that we should have done, and that is highlight the number box, which is an integer box, and come back over here and see what do you have to say. Oh, for some weird reason it doesn't have its attributes. Go down and click that. So now it's showing the attributes. So background color for a number is just BG color. For I'm going to click on the message box real quick here. But you can see that background color for a message, for some reason, is BG fill color. So we have to send a slightly different message to some things depending on what the object is. So if you were, let's say, trying to change a U menu or a counter or a button or a toggle, you better highlight them. Well, let's go ahead. It's interesting that, so we are opening, right now we have the button highlight and we're coming over here and it uses, it just uses background color, right? But if you want to change that blinky color, you have to make one for blink color. Let's look at the toggle. The toggle has a background color. Sorry, got to hit the show attributes open again. And it uses just the usual background color. Then it has, I can't remember. Is there a way to move these columns? I think there is, but there we go. And then I can do this because I want to see the whole thing. So it has a checked color and an unchecked color, whereas the blink has a blink color and an outline color. So you can see that the attribute names are slightly different for them. So if you were doing this we're going to do what we're going to do for the number. You would find specific ones for that. So let's go back to our number here and say, okay, how do I do, sorry, I'm clicking the attributes open again and also showing the column headers so that I can move them over. How do I do the background color for a number box? Back to square one here. It is just BG color. So I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to option click it or alternate, right? I'm going to connect the number box to it. I'm going to connect the swatch to this prepend. And now I'm just going to remove that fill so that I get the right message. Okay, is this all making sense now? This number is going to come out here. It's going to get prepended BG fill color, and that's going to go down to a message. It's also going to come over here and get prepended BG color, and it's going to go over to this number. Okay, let's lock up the patchers and see if we have realized our great ambition. Yes, now the two of them change together. Well, that is just fantastic. Could you mess stuff up this way so that these were more opposites? Yes, you could. You could unlock your patcher and say, hey, I'm going to take whatever this is and make it the text color for that. But since this is connected to two of them, I'm going to make a new one of these, a new text color. And I'm going to say, okay, whatever this is, I'm going to make that the text color for the number. And I'm going to take this one and hook it over here. Oh my God, this is getting complicated. I'm already losing my mind. Okay, now we end up with a different sort of problem in that we can't keep track of anything anymore. So because this one is going to prepend background color down to here, we want to make sure that nothing else is doing that. And we see this one is prepending text color and this one is prepending text color. So we're going to get rid of this because we can't have them fighting. Okay, so we'll just highlight that and delete it. So now we have a text color coming down here from this one, and we have a prepend background color coming down from this one. I'm just going to move this one over here. Going to move this one here. Going to move this one here because it's really doing the work for that one. Okay, now we sort of more or less see what's going on here. Let's lock it and see if I am in fact correct. Now we move this one, and what's going on? The background to this is green, the text to this is green. Text to this is blue, background to this is blue. Background red, text red. You get the idea. Hey, it's sort of a theme. You know what I mean? All right, we're liking it. So that is a way to whoops, accidentally drag the number around. Here, we better do this before before anything weird happens. All right, so now we have our, I'm going to unlock my patcher and get rid of our extraneous pieces here. And move all of the color controls over here. It's not the neatest thing I've ever made, but you know, it's okay. And hidden things over here just because they're fun. Okay, very good. And so, how could you make choices for these two numbers now and save those choices? We have a great object for doing that, and it is called presets. And so you type in N, you type in preset, and here it is, store and recall settings. Fantastic. I'm going to double click on that there. Hey, preset. Now, if you click outside the preset, it'll turn into the graphic user interface that it is. And this is that interface. And just so you know, you can make it as big, as thin as you want, and you can change its attributes too, humorously. But that's not what we're going to do today. What we're going to do today is discover what it is that the preset does. So this left outlet, you connect to anything that you want a preset stored for. Okay, so I'm going to connect it to the left-hand inlet of this, and I'm going to connect it to the left-hand inlet of this. Okay, now how do you store things on a preset? Well, now that they're connected, and I'm just pointing this out because if you don't connect them first, this won't work. So let's just start over here on the left. Whoops, lock our patcher, hello. Click outside that, lock the patcher. Okay, let's go over here to some sort of orange and say, okay, I would like that to be preset 1. So I'm going to shift and say that's preset 1. Okay? Now I'm going to say, and also then yellow. And I'm going to shift and say, okay, preset 2. And then green. I'm going to shift and say preset 3. Okay, let's see what happened. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So now anytime I click on those, I can get that. You notice this one's not moving at all? That's because, and let's just check something here. Will it go to the other one? Yes. So it was in the other position every time we did this, and it recorded that it was in the other position. So now, if we want them to both move at the same time, let's go back to preset 1 and put this one where we want it. So I kind of like the orange and blue. I'm just going to be honest with you. Let's make it a little more sports team. Is that a sports team? Is that like the Miami Dolphins there or something? Help. I don't know anything about sports. Okay. And then we shift click again on number 1, and that is now preset 1. If you click on number 2, this one will move to yellow. This one will go back to blue where it was before. But maybe with yellow, now we want green. Let's just say, for example, because we're into the lemon lime love look. So now we're going to shift click on 2, and we get that. And now we're going to click on 3 to move this one to its 3rd position. This one went back to blue. And let's see, what do we want here for this? Lime green goes so nicely with what? Raspberry sherbet. Is that color? Yes, let's call it raspberry sherbet. And then we'll shift click on that. So what do we got? We've got 1, Miami Dolphins. 2, lemon lime. 3, raspberry sherbet. We better make a 4th one because I think as I move to this next thing here, 4. If you click on 4, nothing happens because we've never done anything on 4 yet. So let's imagine heavy-duty workout gear. Oh, no, wait. We're all Cougars here, right? University of Houston is where I teach. So red and white, right? So shift click on 4 and there it is. So Miami Dolphins, lemon lime, raspberry sherbet. Is it? I don't know. Okay. And University of Houston or any of another 100 teams. Okay. So now we have 4 presets. And we haven't even labeled it yet. Unlock, type the letter C. Presets. You don't have to label this stuff. I just do it so that when you're looking around, or when I'm looking around, I'm like, oh yeah, there it is. So, how could we then make this controlled by this selection, right? Well, we know that this, if we recall, just quickly locking the patcher here, puts out a 0 for 10 seconds, puts out a 1 for a perfect cup of tea, puts out a 2 for flip the pancake, puts out a 3 for 10 push-ups. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3, except when we hover over this, oops, sorry, unlock your patcher. When we hover over this, if you send this thing a 1, it's going to recall number 1, so 0 is not going to do anything. So we are going to quickly learn a new object here, and it's a simple one. Type the letter N and type plus space 1. So that's a math function plus, and then we're actually making this as its initial argument. You could just make this plus anything, but we're not going to change the argument, so it's good. We know it's going to be plus 1, and whatever this thing makes it, it's going to come out here, so it's going to be like 0 plus 1 is going to be 1, 1 plus 1 is going to be 2, 2 plus 1 is going to be 3, 3 plus 1 is going to be 4. Okay, and let's command Y this for, oh, isn't that gorgeous? Okay, moving on backwards, locking our patcher. Let's see what we got here. We got 10 seconds, please. There it is. Switched this all around, moved these, put it on number 1. Okay, perfect cup of tea. A perfect cup of lemon lime tea. Just what everybody was waiting for, I guess. Okay, and flip a pancake with raspberry sherbet on it. Okay. 10 push-ups, man. Anyone at University of Houston can do that. Anyone. It's mandatory. You have to take a test before it's part of the entrance requirements. Believe me. So I think that's it. I think we're good for this week. We've got our metro going, we've got our counter going, we've got a thing that sets the counter, it turns off the metro, it conjures colorful numbers, and we have presets for every one of our selections. Fantastic group. I'll be back in the next tutorial to push this mayhem just a little further. I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching.